Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Classroom of the Elite. Today we are on episode 6. Halfway done with this series. I confirmed there are 12 episodes here and not 13 like I was thinking there might be, so we've just got to 12 and we're halfway done here. Hopefully in the next 6 episodes we can see more of the actual competition between the classes and actually trying to move up and stuff, because I'm really hoping that they actually show a lot more of the action of the people trying to move up and stuff, and being able to see people take advantage of each other, and be able to use like any of the exploits in the school system that I've maybe thought up just to see if they can actually achieve Class A. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely pretty interesting so far. I think that with the entire situation with the meeting that was happening in the last episode with Pseudo, that Horikita definitely played a very large part in being able to overcome Pseudo's potential expulsion, and they managed to get that from expulsion with Sakura's help with the evidence, all the way down to a potential 2-week suspension with the 1-week suspension for the other side of the playing field, the other class. I can't remember what class it was. Class C, I think it was. But yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of see how that plays out. I just kind of think about that, like if it is actually Class C, it's already setting up the playing field very well for them to rise up to Class C. Like if they can just get because the more we can get familiar with Class C, the easier it is just kind of plot-wise in order to take them out in the chain of events. So if it is Class C, then that makes it, even more interesting than I guess I thought it was. But yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of see, if Ionoji can actually get the evidence, based off of what the student council president was saying, to actually be able to win this, because otherwise they'll just have to kind of go with the compromise. But yeah, we'll kind of have to go into it and check it out. But yeah, if you're new, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you don't. And the Patreon channel is also in the description below, so check that out if you want. $5 full-length reactions, unedited, so definitely worth your while there, just in case any of these videos get taken off of YouTube for copyright and stuff. But yeah, I guess without any further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into episode 6 here. I'm interested in finding out what's going to happen here with the evidence and if Ionoji can get it. Yeah, very true with the lies there. The best way to lie is to mix it in with other truths, and then you can't tell which one's the lie.
だから私は偽りの仮面で本当の自分を隠した。私は一人で大丈夫。私は孤独で大丈夫。
Is she some sort of like an idol or something? I don't even know. And you think if she was, that the others would recognize her, but... Ah, I see, so you're getting... That explains her fear of people. She has all of the attention seekers. But I wouldn't necessarily think that her entire situation with why she is would have occurred because of that. I mean, I think that her fear has caused by something very specifically. Not that that's not specific, but... I can't believe I just did that. Typical. It's kind of funny. It only happens when you're recording. Okay, well this is good enough. She must have a very legitimate stalker, if that is the case. Which actually would be that very specific thing that I was mentioning. That could be it.
どうだ、いい策が思いつきそうか。
今考えてるわ。さくらさんの証言で審議を延長させることができた。
Yep, that was definitely a massive step.
決め手となる何かが見つかれば。
そういえばここにはないんだな。監視カメラ。
そう
I
ね。
always notice that too. I like to pay attention to that sort of thing whenever I walk into a building where the security cameras are located and all that stuff. I don't know why, it's just I
そ
do
も
it.
そもそんなものがあれば最初から問題にはなっていないわけだし。
どうした？
少し試したいことがあるの。
どうした？別に今日はさくらが証言する。
And are we ever gonna see this guy make any sort of expression other than this? That would be something else.
須藤やクラスのみんなが
Even just one time, I don't even
出
care.
てきたのは
Just one
さくらの
time.
おかげだな。俺はお前を信じてる。だからもし困ったことがあったらその時は力になる。
ありがとう。
She already made more expression with that one smile more than this main character has in probably his entire life.
信じてるはずだ。
あのね、気になることがあって、綾野浩二君に言うことじゃないかもしれないけど。
悪いなさくら、その話は後でゆっくり聞かせてくれないか。
なんでお前がここにいる？
櫛田は来ないぞ。
あ？
俺が櫛田に頼んで嘘のメールをさせたんだ。
何の真似だ？
Yeah, this is the sort of stuff I'm talking about.
お前らは無視するだろう。
This is that action I was wanting to see between the various classes.
俺たちは須藤に呼び出されて殴られた。それが真実だ。それ相応の報いをおとなしく受けろ。じゃあな。
いいのかしら。
あ？
もしもあなたたちがここを離れたら一生後悔することになるわよ。
It's a big statement.
何なんだよお前ら。
行くぞ。
あれは何かしら。
だからなんだよ。
どうしたの？そんなに動揺して。
監視カメラ。
この特別棟には理科室があって劇物とされる薬品がたくさん置かれているわ。カメラがあって当然でしょ。
なんで？待てよ。
Did you already get them saying something on camera? I'm not entirely sure.
お前らは何もしなくても無実を証明できるんじゃないのか？わざわざ俺たちに教えなくてもいいはずだ。
この事件が起こった時点で双方が痛みを負うことが確定してるんだ。事情はどうあれ須藤はお前たちを殴った。その事実は変えられない。
じゃあお前らだってカメラの映像は困るんじゃねえのか？
もちろん須藤も処罰されるがお前たち3人は退学だろうな。悪質な嘘で学校中を巻き込んだんだ。そうなって当然だろ。
Yeah, I would definitely say that's a huge turnaround.
学校側は
Not only being able to save an expulsion for yourself, but being able to get 3 other people in the process. This is exactly what I meant in at the end of the last episode where I said we were talking about the relationships between the Class D and Class C.
嫌だ。大学なんて石崎。
See, that is exactly what I mean. It's like they're trying to minimize their downfall as much as they can, as they just kind of go forward. And now they're at a point where they really can't.
まだ C クラスも D クラスも救える唯一の方
And they'll leave it to Inoji, of course, to find a way.
事件そのものを
I mean, if they can flip them to be their allies, that'll
簡単なこと。
definitely help them with the B and the A class. 'Cause you can't just look at it from just trying
この
to
事件に存在
to
し
get
なく
one
なる。
person at it, or I guess one class at a time. You have to make use of every single option that you can. And if you can flip somebody from an enemy to an ally, then it definitely helps you with the more challenging situations with Class B and A.
もそれ以上追求はできない。
ち
ちょっと待ってくれ。
Because they're at Class C, right? I mean,
電話をさせてくれ。
if Class D could become A and C becomes B, then that's still an advantage for both
一
parties
人じゃ何も決められないのかしら。
later down the line, potentially.
惨めね。
かな。
暴力振るってみる。
さあ石崎、俺たちの負けだ。堀北の提案を受け入れよう。大学なんて冗談じゃないぜ。分かった、取り下げる。
さくら、もしもし。
静かに。
Is it really that same guy?
手紙読んでくれた。僕の気持ちは伝わってるよね。ねえ。どうして僕のこと避けるのかな。僕は君のことが大切なんだ。君も分かってるよね。
I didn't think that the soccer was actually going to be that shop guy. I honestly didn't. I honestly thought that that guy was just a guy there, and like this perspective that was on his face was like just from Sakura's perspective. I didn't actually think that he was going to be the Sakura. I'm actually kind of blown away. Okay, longer one here. Students of the school are allowed to exchange private points among themselves, right? The acquisition of another student's private points through fraud or threat will result in civil punishment, but the trading of points under any contract deemed legitimate will be left up to personal discretion. I mean, but from my point of view, or at least to my knowledge, I mean, it says that the acquisition of another student's private points through fraud or threat will result in severe punishment. But I feel like that only applies if you're caught for it. Like, if you aren't caught for it, then I feel like it would still be good. Not that there's, I mean, everything's electronic, like with the point system, so it'd be really difficult to get away with it otherwise. But I mean, I feel like that if there was a way, then it would be punishable because there wouldn't be a way to track it if it wasn't electronic and it was trackable.
いいかい。僕の言うことを聞かないと、君の本当の姿をネットにさらしちゃうよ。どうしてそんな目で僕を見るの？そんな目で僕を見るな！今から僕が本当の愛を教えてあげるよ。そうすればしずくちゃんも分かってくれるはずだよ。
家電量販店の
I have no idea how he found that location. Just to be honest, I'm sure he'll have some sort of logical conclusion for why he was able to get to that situation, but I have no idea at this point in time how we managed to get to that spot without a tracking device. Did the phones act as a tracking device? I have no idea. Is he just like super smart? Hell yeah, but I have no idea, even with that level of intelligence, how you could just intelligence-wise be able to pinpoint a location unless you didn't have some sort of a tracking device. If he did it with just sheer intelligence, then I'll consider myself wrong on that. But okay, let's just figure out how he did it.
女子高生に乱暴。明日はテレビで一躍有名人だな。
違う。これは
何が違うんだ。監視カメラにもバッチリ映ってるぞ。未遂とはいえ未成年に手を出したんだ。あんたは刑事告発されて職を失い、マスコミがあんたの実家まで押し寄せるだろうな。あんた人生終わったな。
女の子に乱暴しといて逃げようなんて虫が良すぎるんじゃないか？
離せ！お前 らに邪魔する権利なんかないんだ。運命で繋がってるんだ。僕は
And okay, let me just kind of look at it like this way. Okay, they managed to get all those people involved that quick. I'm actually pretty impressed. I mean, it's, you know, plot armor and stuff, you know, so on and so forth. But I mean, they managed to get all the police and Kushida involved that quick. I don't even know the time frame between the phone call and that actually occurring, but I mean, that was actually pretty quick. Now, whether or not, you know, I mean, I think that I don't know everything that guy did, you know, in terms of abuse and stuff, and that guy was almost on the verge, you know, of assaulting her. I mean, he knocked her on the ground, I guess. I guess that's, you know, a partial assault, and they got that all on camera, but he never actually did anything, as far as I was aware, you know, physically, other than pushing her down. You know, that resulted in needing to go to jail, necessarily. I mean, I feel like that was at least, I mean, this is just my point of view. I mean, everybody has their own point of view, I think, in terms of this sort of a situation, but I mean, I think he should just, you know, as long as he's not going to do it anymore, just gets to go away. I think, you know, that clears up the problem quite nicely. But I mean, you know, I guess this guy is going to get talking to the police.
ちゃんだって知ってるはずだ。毎日手紙のやり取りもしてるし、ブログだって俺に見せるために頑張って更新してくれてるんだぞ。お前らにわかるか？この学校に来たのだって。
It's crazy. I mean,
しずくちゃん。
あなたのことなんてファンだと思ってません。もう付きまとわないでください。
that's like all you really needed to say in the first place.
嘘だ。嘘つきだ。ブス、このブス女、僕を騙しやがって。おい、なんとか言えよ、このブス。お前のことなんて好きでもなんでもないからな。分かってんのか。おい、この。
もういいでしょ。
くそ。
I always love it when the police just stand there and let the dude have his last say. It doesn't matter what show, TV show, anime. It's just always funny when the police just stand there doing nothing.
さくらと連絡先を交換しておいてよかったよ。おかげでここが分かった。
Yeah, I figured.
ごめんなさい。私全然ダメだね。結局一人じゃ何もできなかった。
アイドルもいろいろ大変なんだな。
And Chisel, I just
こ
got
れで
that.
良かったのかも。自分を偽り続けるって大変だから。
You weren't wearing lenses in your glasses and you called that hard to keep up.
ごめんね。
It's funny.
ずっと黙ってて。
別に謝ることじゃない。
She's a completely different person now that her glasses without lenses aren't on.
いつでも相談してくれ。
ありがとう。綾野浩二君は私のこと変な目で見ないんだね。
He doesn't look at anybody that way. In any way.
単刀直入に聞こう。どんな手を使った？
何のことでしょうか。
ごまかすな。理由もなく石崎たちが訴えを取り下げるわけないだろう。
ご想像にお任せします。
では質問を変えよう。C クラスを退けた作戦、誰が考え
どうしてそんなことが気になるんですか。
た？お前が A クラスに上がろうと思っているのなら一つだけアドバイスをしてやろう。今のうちに綾野浩二という人間をできるだけ把握しておけ。
I mean, that's the logical piece of advice that you can give.
おお、綾野浩二。
審議はどうだった？
何が何だかわかんねえけど。
And just like that, they brought like all the outliers of class D up to an equilibrium with like everybody else, which is like a great base in order for them to rise above the
すげ
ranks.
えよな、堀北って。じゃあ俺部活行ってくるわ。
どういう意味でしょう。
なぜ綾野浩二がお前たちの手
I
助
have
けを
no
している
idea.
と思う？なぜ優秀なのにその力を表に出さないと思う？
それは
D クラスはこの学校の言葉を借りるなら 不良品の要素を持った人間たちが集まる場所だ。これは私個人の見解だが、 D クラスで最も不良品たる生徒は綾小路だ。
I agree, because he's like the only person that doesn't actually care about rising to any sort of a greater length. Because I mean, people that enroll in this school, they go on to get like top end jobs or, you know, do really well in the world. And just based on how this school's curriculum works, it forces people to try and strive for excellence and things like that. But Ayanoji is like already at a level to like where he doesn't really even have to care about rising up in the ranks, thus making him the only person that's actually defective in terms of how the school sees it. That's a really interesting way to look at it. I didn't actually think about that, but it makes absolutely perfect sense to me.
C クラス側からの申し出により訴えを取り下げることを認めた。
そうですか。不思議なこともある
What
も
a
んです。
weird world we live in.
これがお前の言ったさくらが嘘つきではないと証明する方法か。見事だ。
Yeah, that was
全
very
部
well
あん
done.
たの妹がしたことだ。俺は何もしてない。
And he's also, that's why it's been giving her the entire credit, because it completely solidifies the relationship there,
はい。
which is a very big
綾野
flaw.
浩二、お前が望むなら初期の席を譲ってやろう。
会長、本気ですか？
不服か。
Did they just say what position? I have no idea what position he's getting at. I need to go back.
立花、初期の席が一つ空いていた。
Okay, open secretary. That's what it was.
綾野浩二、お前が望むなら初期の席を譲ってやろう。
会長、本気ですか？
不服か。
いえ、会長がそうおっしゃるなら私に依存はありません。
綾野浩二、生徒会に入れ。
I mean, he accepts that outcome
俺は面倒事が嫌いな
like
んだ。
right away.
生徒会なんて冗談じゃない。普
I
通の
mean, the
学
student
生
council
生活
president like just accepts the outcome that of the evidence that he provided. Like despite the
私を質問
despite the
させて
conflict that
く
they
れ
had in episode 2, it's like he's just definitely the kind of guy that tries to move in the right direction at like all times, despite the conflicts and stuff. That was interesting that she was standing
俺
there
の
though.
許可なく訴えを取り下げた奴は誰だ。
3人
But yeah, I mean their position now was definitely
誰だ
harder.
と。
Boss's order. Hates me.
I love that English.
底辺を脱落させて学校の反応を見るつもりがって愛なしだ。無能ども。これぐらいの痛みは当然だよな。お前らをはめた奴の名前を教えろ。坂柳か。
あなたは確か C クラスの。
入学早々女王様気取りか。いい気なもんだな。
そんなつもりはありませんよ。
D クラスは俺が潰す。次は B、 最後に A クラス。お前を潰す。
あなたにできるでしょうか？
Yeah, strong
今日は
words.
一人で十分だ。
そうですね。
I'm sure the conflict will come up with, you know, now the fact that he's been giving her credit for everything. I'm sure that conversation could come up right here.
あなた、私を利用したでしょ。
何のことだ。
特別棟にカメラがないことを指摘して、あなたは私に偽の証拠を作るように誘導したのよ。
それは考えすぎだ。
約束したわよね。A クラスに上がるために協力するって。
ほぼ強制的にだけどな。
待って。まだ
Was that an
話は終わって
expression?
ないわ
I can't believe it. That wasn't an expression that he just made. Even just a slight one. It was. Wow. He was actually surprised for a second. I can't even believe it.
あなた
He
が
made an
何を考えてい
expression.
るの
Wow.
か知りたいの。
平穏な日々を送りたい。ただそれだけだの。
本当に嫌なら協力しないはずよ。
友達を助けたいと思ったんだろうな、多分。
それは嘘。あなたは友達のことなんて考えてないわ。あなた一体何者なの？
整列。
A クラスに上がるための手助けはする。
Anyway, I'm definitely interested to see what happened back with that story.
俺の詮索はするな。
No, those are loaded words. Interesting that we saw that little backstory with Ainoji there. Just that whole instance where he was a kid. I mean, I always love it when, you get like that sort of a really cool backstory where, some sort of a kid was like in some sort of a situation where he was like groomed for like brilliance and success, where he was like an experiment of some sort to get to like some sort of like a superhuman level sort of a thing. I've always loved situations kind of like that in anime that occur. So to see that kind of, I think, happen here definitely makes me want to know a lot more about what happened with that situation. I really hope they expand on that a whole lot more, just because I want to see the full potentials of this guy's intelligence now, like what he can actually do to achieve Class A. Because I don't even think it'll be remotely difficult for him. I've said that since the beginning. Just any guy that's just like that dead of an expression on your face just means that like nothing is even, if you're not struggling, like that. I mean, if you don't have an expression on your face, then that means that you're not struggling enough as you should be. If you're struggling, and the fact that he doesn't have any expression on his face just means that, he's at a level to where, like, nothing is difficult. And I've always found that to be interesting about this character. Just in the sense that I really want to see where he can go with this personality and attitude and intelligence of his. He's just such an interesting character because I can't read his character. It's just so fascinating to me, and I really want to see more in terms of Class C's internal conflicts, as well as what Inoji's actually going to do to be able to get to Class C. I think that would be really interesting. Yeah, I think that is all I have to say for this episode. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you are new, and check out the Patreon. It is in the link below. Also like the video if you like it, and dislike it if you don't, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's episode. Thanks, guys.